So as we move on to our next example, now we're talking about racquetballs. Now racquetballs have a radius of 2.8 centimeters. And again, the can that they come into will have a radius of 2.8 centimeters and will have a height. Their height is going to be 6 times their radius. So the height of a racquetball box or a box of racquetballs is 6 times 2.8. That's going to be 16.8 centimeters high. So racquetballs have a radius of this. If our 3 balls are packaged like the can, find each volume. So what's the volume of one ball? The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. So putting that in our calculator, 4/3 times, press the pi button, times open paren 2.8 and raise the 2.8 to the third. The volume of one sphere is 91.9523 centimeters cubed. What's the volume of 3 balls? That's 3 times 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. Well, again, our multiply by 3 and divide by 3 will cancel, so the volume of 3 balls is going to be 4 pi times the radius, 2.8, that raised to the third. That's going to be 275.86 cubic centimeters for my 3 balls. What's the volume of the can? The volume of the can is pi times the radius squared times the height. So that's going to be pi times my radius, which is 2.8 squared, times my height. And we know that the height is 16.8. Pi 2.8 squared times 16.8. The volume of the can is 413.79 cubic centimeters. So what's the volume of the empty space? The volume of the air is the volume of the can minus the volume of the 3 balls. The can is 413.79, and the volume of the 3 balls is 275.8. I rounded up to 6. 213.79 minus 275.86. That's going to be 137.93 cubic centimeters. Now you might have rounded up or down, depending on if we took this number, if we put that just to 2 decimal places and multiplied that by 3, this would have been a 5. So your number should be very close to this. The percentage of the can filled by the racquetballs. Okay, the 3 balls are 275.86. And the whole can is 413.79. This is centimeters cubed. And this is centimeters cubed, and they'll cancel. 275.86 divided by 413.79 79 is, as a percentage, move the decimal place over 2. So just like the tennis balls in their canister, the racquetballs in their canister take up basically the same percentage. But now here we come. Here we have 3 golf balls, but they are not sold in a canister. They're sold in a box. They're sold in a box, which means would you guess that there would be more or less empty space? There's probably going to be more empty space because the base, this is not round. This is square, so our corners are going to be filled with more air. So we would say there's going to be more empty space in a golf ball box than if they were sold in a canister like tennis balls or like racquetballs. All right, and so what do we have here? They tell us that the radius of each ball is 2.2 centimeters. The length and width of the box's square is twice the radius. And the height is 6 times the radius. So that's 2.2. So this box on the bottom is going to be 4.4 by 4.4. That bottom box is going to be 4.4 centimeters by 4.4 centimeters. And the height is going to be 6 times 2.2. The height of this box is going to be 6 times 2.2, or 13.2. So let's use our procedure to find the percentage of golf balls that are filled. All right, so we need to find what's the volume of the box. That's length times width times height, or that's the 2 bases. So that's going to be 4.4 times 4.4 times 13.2. That's the volume of the box, as if it was all filled in. 4.4 times 4.4 times 13.2. The volume of the box is 255.552 centimeters cubed. All right, what's the volume of the 3 golf balls?